Well, welcome again, everyone. It's Nick Michalak with Steve Frazier.
Hello again.
And we're doing a nice little commentary for Clue today because we've talked about it a few times in commentaries.
Yeah, we love this movie. It's a fun kind of outtake from what we usually do.
Yeah. We haven't done any straight comedies before, so it'll be a fun experience for us.
With some elements of horror, which is kind of our shtick.
Yeah. So we'll get into it, guys. But this is the proper home video version. We're watching the Blu-ray. It has all three endings at the end of the film. So if you need to set up your DVD in any particular way, go ahead and pause our commentary to set things up so it'll play in that fashion. It runs about an hour and 36 minutes long.
Yeah, so, we don't want you to accidentally pick the one where you get a random ending and then you're not looking at what we're looking at.
So we're doing the whole full thing so you can experience the entire length of the film. So, guys, if you're ready to go, we'll give you a countdown and to sync you with our commentary here. So, in 3, 2, 1, play.
Yeah, we've got the Blu-ray edition here, which neither of us have seen the Blu-ray version. So we're excited to see what Tim Curry looks like up in high definition.
Yeah, that was real nice because I don't know, 18 years ago, whatnot. I actually went to see this as a midnight screening.
Okay,
re-release.
Deborah Hill. I had no idea.
Yeah, from Halloween fame and all that stuff. So it was really kind of nice. And it was like just one of the random prints had the Miss Peacock ending.
Oh, okay.
So it just gave us a random.
Speaking of that, Eileen Brennan.
Yeah.
First billing, Eileen Brennan. Weird.
I think it's all. I think it says in alphabetical.
Oh, they're
order.
alphabetical.
Yeah.
All right.
So which is a fair way to go.
I guess. Yeah.
It's an ensemble.
It is definitely.
Everyone has generally equal screen time on this, I feel.
Yeah. Love Martin Mull. I love everybody. This is one of my favorite movies.
Oh, yeah. I've been watching this movie since like 1986 off of cable.
Yeah.
We recorded off of there, and I just watched up until I got a DVD years ago. And sometimes I'd come home and throw it up on Netflix or something like that.
Sure.
It's just one of those movies. It just holds up over and over again. And we had a credit there for Leaving.
Yeah, sure.
Who's a frontman for a punk rock band called Fear.
Is he really?
Yeah. And
I had no idea.
He would end up also being the villain in The Taking of Beverly Hills.
I'm also not familiar.
It's like a 1990, kind of like almost like a Die Hard knockoff, but all these corrupt cops start looting Beverly Hills and stuff like that, and you go up against like a football star and Matt Frewer. It's kind of silly.
That does sound very silly.
Well, it has a Blu-ray.
Oh, well.
There you go. John Peters, Peter Guber, those guys would end up producing Batman.
Sure.
Over at Warner Brothers.
That car is so good.
Yeah. This entire opening scared the crap out of me. Just this atmosphere. As a kid, just scared me. The music, the stormy sky stuff, it's creepy.
The score, well, all the music, because even the pop culture tunes that are in it.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Yeah. I love this movie.
Yeah.
Every aspect of it.
Not the least of which is this fantastic man. Tim Curry is a brilliant fucking actor.
I feel like, man, I don't know. I was gonna say, is this his peak?
He did have It miniseries after this, depending on how you view that miniseries.
Well, regardless of your view on the It miniseries, he is everything.
Yeah.
With that movie.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know if he was any better anywhere than maybe right here.
Because this gives him everything to work with on every level. And even then, even when he shows up in something that's not terribly good, he's still the best fucking thing in the movie. It's like Home Alone 2 is not all that great, but he's still having a fun time.
This is the beginning of a great running gag throughout the movie with the dog shit.
Dog shit.
And this set,
This is a brilliant art direction all over the place.
And what I really love, and it's just a silly little thing, is that the floor looks like the tiles in the game.
Yes.
The board.
Yes.
I mean, it's perfection.
And they put that stamp there in 1954, which, I mean, this looks exactly what it should be at that point in time. New England, 1954. This place was probably built maybe 80 years ago, and it still looks fucking awesome. And it's creepy. It's up on a hill somewhere in the middle of some mountainous region in Vermont or New Hampshire or something.
Sure. And I think, here's the... I feel like this was the beginning of when, those murder mystery dinners started taking off.
Dinner theater stuff.
Yeah. And so, I mean, how brilliant of a way to capitalize on it.
Mm-hmm. To take this simple concept of a board game of all things and wrap it into this.
I mean, nowhere in the board game is there any sort of story.
Not much. I mean, there's general... I mean, it all depends on which version of the board game you're playing. That some have backstories of certain people or whatnot, or... They've republished this thing 1 billion times.
I know.
I think we have Clue Master Detective.
Oh.
And also, I mean, the costuming in this whole film too. I mean, again, like we've said before, horror movies get a little overlooked, but comedies get overlooked in some places too. I think. I mean, how many times do you get a period piece comedy?
Not often. Great, subtle gag there.
The door. Yeah.
He's wonderful. Everyone is wonderful.
I was gonna start saying, well, here's another wonderful actor. We're going to say that 7 times.
Everyone is. Can we just preface it? How about we talk about people that aren't wonderful?
Yeah. Martin Mull would go on to do a lot of sitcom work in the 90s.
Yeah, not long after this, right?
Yeah, he'd have a recurring role on Roseanne.
I mean, the comedic timing on the part of everyone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We could talk a little bit here because apparently Carrie Fisher was originally cast as Miss Scarlet until her substance abuse problems forced her to bow out.
Oh, really?
Yes. So instead of Madeline Kahn, it would have been Carrie Fisher. Which would have been very interesting to see.
You know, I don't know if I like that as much.
No, I don't think so. I'm just saying it's interesting to see what she would have done because I don't know if her comedy approach would have melded as much for the time period the whole thing's set in.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine anybody else.
She was a very contemporary woman in her personality and everything.
And here's old Doc Brown.
Same here.
Yeah, that's...
To get some contrast in his appearance in that film. How they do him up in the different time periods.
What year was this? 52? Was what they...
It's set in 54.
54. So, he was in 2 movies in 1985 that take place in 1954 and 55.
Roughly 30 years prior, yeah. He had a pretty down pat.
I wonder which one was filmed first. Because obviously...
Because Back to the Future came out in 4th of July weekend.
Right, and there's no saying necessarily that...
Well, I would think Back to the Future would have a little bit more post-production. This one was released in December, so I imagine this was probably filmed afterwards.
Maybe, yeah.
About roughly 5 months later.
Michael McKean is a national goddamn treasure.
This guy is phenomenal.
Everything that Michael McKean's ever touched is gold.
Yeah. And it's so weird. It's like, I grew up with him as Mr. Green in this weird, timid role and whatnot, but then later on he excelled at playing just sleazy bastards.
Yeah, and I mean the whole...
He's a chameleon actor in a lot of ways.
Like the Spinal Tap stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you're familiar with Spinal Tap, the band, Michael McKean wrote all of those songs. Like, this guy is a songwriter. And then, if you've seen things like A Mighty Wind or any of those other spoof comedy or mockumentaries, he does the music for those as well. So,
damn.
I mean, this guy is out of control. Madeline Kahn's reactionary screaming or all the time. The old hand on the ass. 1954.
Because Madeline Kahn plays the role was such that sexual sass in a certain way.
She's always been that way, though.
She's got that wonderful confidence about her. She really doesn't care what you think of her.
I feel like, and obviously this gets revealed later on, but it's one of those things, if you know what's going on, everyone's reaction when Yvette
encounters them
is
Miss White, Miss Scarlet. Yeah.
And the facial reactions are impeccable.
Yeah, they've created distinct character. I mean, they cast with extremely seasoned actors first off, and then they create very distinct characters for everyone that everyone can shine in all their different ways and bring different qualities. No, you can't really mistake one character for another in this thing in any way.
Right. I buttle.
Yeah, apparently, I think because the director of this film apparently there was someone else originally cast for Wadsworth, but whoever it was found out, and he was close friends with Tim Curry. I guess they were went to college or whatnot, or studied together or whatnot. So he called up Curry or whatnot to take the role. A little bit later on in the process and everything.
Can you imagine a world where Tim Curry's not in this movie?
No, I can't, because everyone's fantastic, but I mean, goddamn, this guy. He launches this movie into another realm as it goes on.
Everyone reacting with each other. Like you were saying, the character component of it.
Yeah.
It's so well written.
Yeah.
And again, here's another movie, like you were saying, with the Oscars overlooking. How about a screenplay for something like this?
Yeah. Again, an ensemble film with, again, distinct characters, colorful characters.
3 different endings.
Yeah.
Where does one get a headdress like Peacock's wearing there?
I don't know.
And the great glasses, even the costume department here is...
Yeah, like I said, everything they do to make this feel true to the period is so well done here.
Eileen Brennan recently passed away.
Yeah.
And what I love is that they set up this mystery.
Yeah.
And again, it's great because as the audience, you don't know who these people are, why they're there, and they also don't know
what they're doing there.
They're doing there, or anything. They don't know about each other.
Yeah.
And so when they find out, we find out.
Yeah. And you get the whole thing of everyone gets to have a perception into every little thing everyone does to try to decipher who they are.
He plays such a bumbling idiot.
I love it. Growing up, I think he was my favorite character in the film because he was so animated in a certain way.
I think I always liked Mustard the best. Of these 6.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's a straight man.
Yeah.
but with impeccable comedic timing. He's like he's the Mo Howard of this group.
Yeah, because he plays the military man so very square-shouldered and all that type of stuff, holding the confidence. But
he's also bumbling.
He's bumbling, but you can also, in certain sequences, you can kind of almost see that there's a little something else going on behind him.
Yeah, slightly.
That he is kind of looking at people with a little bit of an accusation in his mind or whatnot.
Sure. And everything that they're in the dialogue here is necessary.
Very much so.
There's nothing that is ancillary. There's nothing... They don't even try to throw you off.
No.
It's like literally everything that they casually mention is relevant in some way.
Yeah, and how everyone, like Miss Scarlet here, she knows something about mustard there and everything. So it's like, you got Wadsworth here kind of looking at it like, it's almost like how he almost planned it or whatnot. That there are certain people here that know a little bit about one person or another to kind of start digging in underneath everything.
And that's what makes some of the reveals later on so good.
Yeah.
I will say that, having never seen this in high def, we're getting a good look. There's that great timing.
Yeah.
And obviously that wasn't Martin Mull. That's but the filmmakers.
Yeah.
I've never actually gotten a look at this food that they're eating. It looks disgusting.
It's a monkey's brain.
Well, sure. Sure it is, but
he looks like a Mr. Body. He looks like the villain of the movie.
Yeah, he does. I mean, this guy's straight out of one of your Seagal films.
Oh, he's straight up, yeah. He almost looks like Seagal.
Yeah. Everyone wants to know what's happening.
Yeah.
Everyone's blackmailing each other. See, more people that know each other. And more ass grabbing. God bless 1954.
No, I think it's supposed to be that painting on over his shoulder is supposed to be him in a butler's uniform, but I don't think it's quite as explicitly him.
Oh, leaving?
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be Mr. Body in that painting behind him. It looks like it made like him 10 years younger or whatnot.
Well, and I guess as this plays out, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm such a fan of the 50s and 50s decor. I'm real big into this, mid-century modern trend.
Oh, yeah.
I love the orange and the sage green furniture, the yellow. So basically what I'm saying is I want these couches in my home. I've always wanted a library.
Oh, yes. Always wanted secret passages, too.
Oh, fuck, yes. Yes, anything that I could do... Anything we could do to get a secret passageway. I don't even care.
Can't have a mansion without secret passages, goddammit. Just can't. It's not right.
Isn't it interesting how Curry, pronouns pal, says, I also received a letter making him, it gives the audience that little bit of, doubt of what,
who's really behind all
He
this.
doesn't know what's going on.
Right, because I mean, he's got that envelope there, and the thing's like, this is for Wadsworth. Don't open it to whatever. Right. Okay, so then there's still someone else, running through your head that's in this mix.
At the same time, he says everything's going to be explained, and everybody just buys it.
Yeah.
Blackmail, I think, was a pretty big deal back in the day. I mean, I feel like there is no blackmail anymore because
it's all hard to.
Everything is just
everyone
out there.
just hacks you now.
It's just out there.
Yeah.
Everything we do is,
Yeah. Just get a computer hacker
on social media.
Just drain your freaking bank account. That's all you do.
I mean, what a world this was in the 50s.
Yeah, it's like, and as like a kid, you really don't get a lot of this political stuff with the socialism and communism. You have no idea. You don't understand any of this shit.
I still don't really get it.
It kind of flies over your head as a kid. But even then, it's like, because the general comedy of the film is so brilliantly executed, it's like, okay, well, as a 6, 7-year-old, it's like, I don't really understand all that type of stuff. It really kind of just doesn't factor into understanding the plot, but the rest of the film just flows well. It functions, even if you don't get those things to connect in your head as a young kid.
Right, you still get the basic idea.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, what 6-year-old knows about fucking lobbyists and shit?
Right. I mean, but you can figure out that, he's the doctor. And even if you don't, like, if you don't know what doctors aren't supposed to do with their lady patients, as it says.
Yeah. You get the gist
the
of
other
everything.
character says, well, what did he do? And he goes, you know that thing you're not supposed to do? He did it. Well, that's enough.
Yeah.
You don't have to know what it is. I mean, we know. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you don't have to know.
Yeah. And then again, that's how a film like this can grow with you over the years, that you keep watching it over and over again. It's like, okay, now I understand that part. I understand the context of these things better, so I can get more out of it. I was like, why not?
What is this ring? Not the class ring that Mull's wearing here, but the McKean ring. It's like flat.
Well, I didn't catch it.
Yeah, let's see. It's on his right hand. I'm curious. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. He's absolutely. He's got to be my favorite. Mustard.
Yeah. He's a little. It's like he's not as smart as he wants to make himself out to be.
Yeah.
Because Wadsworth is just a little bit. He's a whole lot smarter. Let's be honest.
Right. I mean, even if you don't know what is all behind all of it, like, you get the idea that he, behaves like a mastermind.
Yeah. There's so many pairings in this film that work so well. I mean, Wadsworth and Scarlett, they've got a little bit of attention there, especially later on. There's a little bit of something there.
Right. Right. And okay, so as a person who has the biggest affinity for the English language,
Yes.
This movie is so up my alley.
They made grammar funny.
Everything, the dialogue in this, and they talk about, like, semantics and, syntax.
1 + 2 + 1 + 3.
1 + 2 + 2 + 1. I quote that. I quote it weekly. Anytime that there's ever math. And see, this is one of those instances here, this scene, where you can have 10 minutes of exposition.
Oh, yeah.
But the context. the eyes.
But the reactions are perfect for the time period, too.
Right. Right, because nobody announced that you were a homosexual in 1954.
No.
Not very many people announce it today. I don't even remember what I was saying now. So taken aback by the comedic timing of everyone.
There we go. There we go.
Oh, see,
it's a little Ric Flair action.
I made a Mo Howard joke earlier, and there it was.
That's a Mo Howard, yeah. Oh.
And this is one of those. Every time you watch this movie, if you remember the endings, then you go back and you try to put them together, and you go, "Wait, was that really? Did that really happen that way?" And I believe they all did.
And somehow they all make them work. It's weird.
Right. How did this not win an Oscar?
Because I mean, as we get later on, when you start running around the house, whatnot, when you go back and figure out who was not present in the particular scenes they're talking about, they all fit together.
Correct.
And that stuff moving forward works so well with such an ensemble cast. You got so many characters. Some scenes you're not putting a tally together who's here and who's not, and who's interacting and who has lines.
So yeah, this is the only thing I've ever seen him in, I think. I know the name because I've watched this movie so many times, but we can't go to a rewind. I need a shot of this lamp in the corner the body is standing by. It's a torchère lamp. It looks like it's a snake. Because if it is, I need one. Beautiful candlestick.
Apparently, Leaving also showed up in Flashdance, Streets of Fire, Alvin Hitchcock.
A noose. How great is it? Not great, but how interesting, I guess, is it that in the board game, it's called The Rope. Because you can't say noose, because then every 6-year-old in America is going to go, "Hey, Dad, what's a noose?"
It's a noose. Well, let's go play in the backyard on the tree.
Right.
With the noose.
That's right. You don't play with a noose, you play with a rope.
Yeah.
Lloyd got the gun. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
So 2 of these are like legit weapons.
Yeah.
Everything else is like,
just a blunt instrument or something, yeah.
And how many people use a noose on somebody else? Like, isn't a noose really meant to be used on yourself?
Yeah.
Other than, like, unless you're public hanging.
Buford Tanner or something.
Well.
Again, it just we'll talk all over this stuff. It's like, it's wonderful how this thing balances the tones. You've got the funny stuff, but then it easily transitions to much more sinister stuff.
Oh yeah, this just got dark real quick.
And it changes the tones really well. Because again, it's not one of these grounded feeling films with a few little kind of goofy characters and stuff like that, but it feels so as a grit to it, and just how it looks, how it feels, in a general sense. So
here's some tension, right?
Yeah.
The lights go out. Curry's still alive.
Mm-hmm.
There's a gunshot. Now we got a dead body. He's a doctor. This comes up later. There's no blood. Here, this is a little.
But then they kind of, it's like, well, if he wasn't shot, then how's he dead?
Right.
is the thing that they cleverly overlook here.
Right.
There we go. Wonderful.
This is so good. Now she's gonna flail around. And he just... Boy. And Curry's impression of that later on is even better than him.
I wonder how many takes that had to do and how many times she actually got smacked.
Well, it didn't look like she actually did. I think that was a working slap. But
well, it looked like more like he slapped her chin or under chin or something. I'm sure there's probably at least one take where he missed the mark and actually hit her.
The idea behind number of takes is always fascinating to me. So
and here it's great. They framed that shot there because we know Peacock goes off and kills the cook at this point, but they framed the shot just well enough
so that she wasn't there,
where she could have still been standing behind the crowd,
right
outside of frame.
But she's not in this shot.
No,
FYI.
So.
And everything is plausible. Look at this hideous thing on the wall. Is that a dog?
Yeah.
Can we get a shot of this? There's a picture of a lion.
A couple of deer. Very small deer.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
With a porcelain bust or something.
Is that a warthog? It's a warthog up there. And some
god awful game room you got going on here.
Reel to reel. And A Butler. Nobody understands, Kahn. Nobody understands. And you said that Carrie Fisher was going to play Scarlett?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's Lesley Ann Warren.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, that's okay. I got confused too at the moment. And then now we're good. So we don't need to correct us in the comments. We're good now.
The thing about it, I think she might would have been better for Miss White. Carrie Fisher.
Yeah, Carrie Fisher would have been an okay White.
Fit better into that role.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Odious man.
Odious. There's words you can get away with a British accent.
God damn it.
Again, says the guy.
He's so accident prone and clumsy. And even here's a moment of very serious.
Yeah.
And they kill it.
They break the tension right off.
Right.
It's like, okay, we're getting serious. We're not going to get that serious.
And Lloyd's got a pipe all of a sudden.
Oh, yeah, pipe. Gotta have a pipe.
Oh. Oh. God. The intolerance.
This is why just back there just shaking her head like he doesn't give that much of a shit.
And so, to us as kids in the 80s or early 90s, we don't understand.
Yeah. It's like we didn't have Wikipedia to look up words back then. You had to go to the library and that was too much work. It's like I'm going to pause the film and run off to the library.
Right. I mean, I had a dictionary, that. Look at the high leg there on
Scarlett.
No, on Mustard. His pant leg, because he had his legs crossed.
Oh yeah,
you saw all the way up to his knee on that.
Oh yeah,
that's weird.
Well, that's how pant legs are.
You gotta wear a high sock, dude. Nobody wants to see your leg. Nothing is explained. And, oh, by the way, the police are coming. The Mr. Green thread of "I didn't do it" is perfect. The cook! One of you wasn't there.
Yes.
No? No. Now, I think... Oh, maybe that was before when they were all... we went to see Yvette, but I think one of them isn't here now, also.
Oh, yeah. Someone's out maiming Mr. Body.
And she's heavy. So here we've got this pratfall. Right? Where she's falling on top of him.
The physical comedy of this movie is outstanding.
He says don't touch it as he touches it. I feel like there's lots of people that aren't here right now. See, that's great. The comedy.
Yeah.
That's a good line.
So, she starts backing off from him. Like, no, I think she did kill her
yeah.
husband. So
yeah.
I think it's quite obvious.
Yes, just the 5, she said.
Just the 5.
He's so easily confused. I don't recall her fainting. This is a great moment here. Watch her head. This is a real person, folks. Oh. Nobody.
Somebody's body is gone. Chop his head off.
This poor cook. Now, one of them is also not here, right? Is Christopher Lloyd here right now?
Well, there's no one else in the house to kill at this
point.
Oh,
there he is over there.
Yeah. I think everyone's here in the scene because it was
because
in the kitchen scene, I believe it
when they went to go see Yvette.
I don't know if it was Peacock again who goes off and kills them.
No.
It was either him or...
Who? No, it was...
Peacock or Plum. So the only two near the doorway.
I think it was... See, now I'm second guessing. I thought it was Scarlet, actually. Because I want to say that in the end, all the deaths happened by the people who got the weapons that killed them. For instance, Peacock had the dagger, and the cook died with the dagger. I could be wrong.
We'll find out.
Yeah. See, we've both seen this movie so many times that we've forgotten the endings.
Especially when there's 3 endings. And 2 of the endings, all the murders are committed by the same person.
Right.
The 3rd ending, everyone kills someone, so it gets a little hard to keep track of. This is nice. Zombie body.
Just stepping over. Somebody stepped on the cook's ass, I think, just there.
I'm sure someone would dig a heel into it. I heel under her ass.
What is this thing behind Miss White?
This weird
there's like
jungle scene thing.
Stuffed birds in there, and that is outstanding. Yes. I think this is the third time he said I didn't do it.
Yeah.
So far, and we're only half hour in. Here's Curry yelling. Okay, so
there's the tagline.
There's the tagline of the game, which means that that
was clearly someone pulling on a string.
Oh yeah, that would have been the last commentary we did. We talked about midpoints a little bit.
Yeah,
that would have been a great line to be the midpoint of the movie. But we're a little early.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what the midpoint is now that...
Yeah, you said there was about 136, so we got another 8 minutes or so.
Give or take, yeah.
Yeah, depending on how you want to...
Like, in my opinion, that realization of we have to figure out, it kind of...
I think it's probably when they're in the library and they're... right before they start drawing straws, I think.
Okay.
Mustard's having the argument with Wadsworth if there's anyone else in the house.
So I feel like a logical midpoint would be where they figure out that they have to solve that something's going on and they have to solve.
They have to break up and to explore the house. Yeah.
Why do you get the key? That's right.
Wardrobe comedy.
There are so many great...
Motorist.
Is this guy somebody?
I thought I've seen him in something else. I almost feel like I've mentioned him in a commentary before. I know I mentioned the cop who shows up later. He's in a couple things.
I love that they all have to confer about whether or not he can come in and use the phone.
Jeffrey Kramer. The name is very familiar.
What's his name?
Jeffrey Kramer.
Jeffrey... The body. Nobody.
He was in Halloween 2.
Oh, really?
It's Graham. I don't know exactly who Graham was.
I don't either. But...
Probably someone at the hospital.
Feel free to look in the archives here at this YouTube page and go back and watch our commentary about Halloween 2.
He was in Jaws and Jaws 2 as Deputy Hendricks. Jeffrey C. Kramer. I have to remember when we get around to Jaws.
Yeah, we got to look for this guy.
Yeah.
Great eagle statue there, or maybe it's a phoenix. I can't tell. Yeah, it's probably an eagle. And the key goes flying.
Yes.
Did we determine if this is a soundstage of some kind, or
this was all built on a soundstage
because it's brilliant
and it's huge. Because even though she hasn't explicitly said it, everyone just believes you.
Right.
You killed your husbands.
All of them.
We don't believe a second of you. I like this. He just slops it
Yeah,
out.
he just makes a big circle with it. And this is... I love this exchange.
Yeah.
But what I was getting at was...
This is who's on first type of thing.
No meaning yes. Right. This is exactly who's on first.
Right.
And again, as a language enthusiast...
Yes. There is or no, there isn't.
What does that say? Nouveau...
Reach oblique.
I don't know what that means, but we're gonna look it up. I hope it means something good. I love that Mustard tries to be authoritative.
Mm-hmm.
He tries to make himself be, in control.
Mm-hmm.
The argument about the confusion.
What was the question?
What? And this monologue right here, this has to be the midpoint right here.
Yeah.
We're going to split up. Yep.
Okay, well, the translation apparently isn't much or anything. It says, new oblique rich. This pretty much means like someone's rich and become rich, but doesn't have like the taste of the rich. So I think it's just some random nonsense.
Okay.
Threw in there. Maybe an old saying that they knew, but nothing that forms the plot.
I thought it was going to be like some cutesy reference to something. Yeah.
Especially now we can see it in high def. I'm sure on VHS.
Yeah, I'm totally seeing things that I've never seen before.
Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely midpoint here.
Tim Curry, it's kind of it's very sad what has happened to him recently. I mean, he's had, in recent years, maybe not like this year, but in the past little while, he's had like a stroke.
Oh.
I believe he's operates out of a wheelchair most of the time. He's pretty unrecognizable. But I think he's, fairly healthy. He's just had, the results of complications.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, more strength to the man.
And so they are. The matching up of the matches, which is again another
times longer.
It's a little play on words, right? You match the matches, and these two hate each other. Lesley and Warren's face is beautiful.
Yeah, Mustard's just giving him that straight look to her.
I've
never be caught dead with you. It's like, no, you got to be caught with her anyway.
That's a great comparison.
Oh, I love this line.
And he just drops it.
It's like, Christ almighty.
There is in production right now, and I guess it's almost done. There's a very detailed documentary about the It miniseries from 1990.
Okay.
And they've gathered basically every living cast member for interviews. It's going to be one of those super in-depth ones.
And I wonder if they got Harry Anderson before he passed.
I don't remember. It's pretty recent, so I'm thinking that they didn't, or maybe they can use some archival. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, they did get Tim Curry to sit down and do this big long interview.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't want to like bum everybody out, but if you're super curious, you can kind of Google what the guy looks like now, and you're going to be sad because he doesn't look anything like
been through some rough shit.
The Tim Curry of old. Is that cat's head there on the right? Weird.
The weird attic you got. He's such a fraidy cat.
I love the silhouette.
Oh, yeah.
That headpiece is something else. I really do feel like the coloring on the old VHS tape was so dark that there were moments of this sequence that you can't really even tell what's going on. And there are so many
them up here in these bedrooms.
Here's another great physical comedy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's very classic type of stuff too.
It's old kind of monster movie-ish.
Yeah, old Hollywood stuff.
Where they peek back out at each other. Yeah.
Again, there's probably one how many takes did it take them to just nail that? How many do they count down a certain something in their head to mark it out, or what? It's interesting to get those timings right.
Yeah. Do you like billiards? Do you play billiards?
Not in a long time.
I love playing billiards. When I was a kid, we had a pool table in our basement, and I think I played every day. And it's one of those where I don't think I'm good enough to ever want to play like in public.
Uh-huh.
But if somebody's got one at their house,
oh, yeah.
I'm all in.
I would. It's like I wouldn't be a fast Eddie Felson or anything, but
well, nobody is. Nobody is.
Balls are funny for everyone, kid.
There's a wine cellar there. I wonder. Look at all those old bottles.
I haven't been down there in a while. It looks like.
Yeah, I don't think they ever really say whose house this is, right?
I basically more or less Wadsworth says is a friend of his.
Okay,
that's as much as they get into.
That's an unused phrase anymore, right? Search me. Oh, a friend.
Squeaky.
She's so good at physical comedy.
Yeah.
And all of these rooms are like rooms right out of the board game.
Oh, yeah. Straight up.
This is the ballroom.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like they made a pretty logical floor plan for this set.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Look at that piano.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Yeah. Yeah, again, this scene is like right out of a horror film.
Well, yeah, because we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, is something going to jump out? Is there really a murderer at this point?
Yeah.
Like, what if one of them is, quote unquote, the murderer?
Yeah.
Are we going to see an on-screen death?
Yeah.
I wish cars still looked like this. I don't know if I would call that my car breaking down.
Looks like someone ran it off the road.
And all of the evidence is now gone. Now that would have been... Oh, I guess that isn't film. That's audio tape, so...
Yeah.
I was going to say, if that was film back then, it would have blown up.
Oh, yeah.
How fucking cool is this?
Damn straight.
Everything I've ever wanted in my whole life is just a picture that led to a hallway or a fireplace or a bookshelf that moved when you pulled the little book out. I've seen enough Scooby-Doo episodes. That phone number was missing
A digit, yeah.
missing a digit.
Yeah.
And YL doesn't lead up to, doesn't make a word. We've talked about this on commentaries too.
Klondike or something.
Right, Klondike being KL, which is 55, but they say Klondike 5, so you go 555, which is a fake phone number.
Yeah.
The first two, they always make a word out of, but YL doesn't make a word, so that's weird.
Yeah.
Is that a scythe there on the
There you
second
go.
shelf? And how great.
Go first off. Good life.
I mean, the planning that it would take. And now, see, again, I think that he got the wrench, right?
Yeah.
And so he would know where this passageway went if he were the one that did that.
Uh-huh.
We'll have to see at the end. This is one of my favorite moments right here, this running into each other and this physical bump right there. The fact that they all just collide and go ass over tea kettle is a thing of beauty. The lounge.
I know.
Part of...
This is great.
I think as much as Jesus, as much as there's physical humor in here, oh, that's one.
Let's keep a tally. Don't turn out like Halloween 2.
Yeah. I really think that the
3.
That's 2. That's 1 plus 2. I really think that the verbal interactions are what make this a perfect movie. That would absolutely kill me.
But yeah, I mean, it all comes down to just having character dynamics, because everyone has their own certain personalities, and how everyone just kind of reacts back and forth between everything. That's what makes it.
And they're so consistent too.
Yeah.
And the score here.
Oh yeah. Oh.
And I don't know about real time. I don't know what time it was on the timestamp where he said that the police would be here in 45 minutes, but
When the film runs
it's
pretty much
pretty close.
in real time, yeah.
It's pretty close. And they just shut the door right in his face. Oh, hi, sorry. And, okay, so you were saying about this cop?
Oh, yeah, Bill Henderson here. He's been in a whole bunch of stuff. He was in No Holds Barred.
Sure.
And, Facts of Life. He was in Fletch. Murphy's Law. This is that Bronson film. MacGyver, Give Me a Break. 227.
I used to watch 227.
He was in City Slickers. White Man Can't Jump.
Yes. Okay. City Slickers is where I know him from.
There you go.
He's he's the guy who went with his son. Yes, got it.
Yeah, so he's got like 80 credits to his name. He's been in everything.
What?
And he was in Lethal Weapon 4, which we've already covered.
We did cover this. So lots of things to go back in the archives and look at. Halloween 2 for the motorist.
He was credited as angry patient with urine sample. You had the scene with Joe Pesci, I think.
Oh, at the very end?
I think so, yeah.
Like that last scene?
I think so.
I love that they had to decide what room he could go in. Like, what room doesn't have a dead body in it?
Lounge. Oh, no. Too many bodies had to stick someone in the conservatory. There's no phone in there, but you can water the plants.
And here's another reference that
Oh yeah.
Maybe 10-year-old us didn't quite understand.
Yeah.
Murder. Yeah. Now, as a kid, I didn't know who J. Edgar Hoover was.
Yeah.
I mean, until he told me.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
But there are other implications,
Yeah.
right? I mean, J. Edgar Hoover is such a storied character.
Oh yeah.
Mustard looks like he's been through the ringer, doesn't he?
Oh yeah.
He's sweaty. He's unkempt. He's
Yeah.
dirty. Michael McKean. Michael McKean. I don't even have words for how good this guy is. And he's done it all, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's done a ton of comedy. He's done a ton of serious acting.
Yeah.
I mean, most recently, he had a several-year run on the Better Call Saul,
Okay.
the spinoff to Breaking Bad. The musical career alone. I mean, Jesus Christ. How many Spinal Tap records have there been? Like 5, 6? I don't even know. I feel like I was never really a Spinal Tap guy. Although the Christopher Guest, mockumentaries that came about is kind of how I really came into. I mean, other than this, it was like, that guy from Clue is, this song, this song, and then Shake, Rattle, and Roll.
Oh yeah.
Are the two that
Connect you back.
They
into this.
do. I mean, it immediately takes me to this movie. Maybe he's drunk, dead drunk.
And that was part of the pose that Plum saw in the film negatives. He was trying to do.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Dead right. Again, English humor, and not like British humor. I mean, English language humor. A long black car. I can explain.
He's freaking out. Looks him in a green chair, man. He's like.
I love that he says there's nothing illegal, and he says, "Are you sure?"
Are you sure? Didn't know it was that free. Green's been freaking out this whole goddamn time.
And they lock him in again.
Yeah.
Is everybody here? 2, 4,
Yeah.
6. Yeah, everybody's here. Yeah, I guess the whole gimmick about the police coming was just a ruse, and then when they actually show up, it's coincidental.
Yeah. And I like how in the different versions, in like the big third version, they
This
make
goddamn pratfall here. I'm telling you, I don't know why I've never put it together before. He's Mo Howard.
Yeah, it's like I like how like in the different endings they're able to twist the whole police angle to a different thing, and the J. Edgar Hoover thing about who the call's for and everything.
Right.
So make it all fit.
And that is William McKinley, I believe, the president.
Okay.
I don't Oh, wait, maybe it's not. Maybe it's that Roosevelt. That might be Roosevelt.
Oh, yeah. Looks like Teddy Roosevelt a little bit. Oh, no, Roosevelt had the big mustache thing.
Teddy did, but...
Yeah, Teddy Roosevelt.
Not FDR.
FDR, no.
But that wasn't FDR.
No.
God damn it, now I don't know who that was.
Maybe it was Taft, I don't know.
No, it was not. Taft was big and fat.
Nobody remembers Taft.
No, I do. Howard Taft was like 400 pounds. He got stuck in the bathtub. They even wrote a book about it. Look it up. Look up Howard Taft getting stuck in the bath. I guarantee you that you will laugh yourself to sleep tonight. Well, look at them titties bouncing down.
Yeah.
Those look good in HD, huh? God, I can't believe he was the guy from City Slickers, and I never put that together. So this is where we're gonna start cooking with gas here in a minute.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be picking up here. Yeah.
I mean, everyone's gonna die.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, every outsider that isn't one of the main.
Yeah. Well,
he's not on duty. I guess he isn't, because he was driving by and saw the car, and that's when he turned on his lights.
Yeah, because they kind of say like everyone here was either accomplice or someone was being blackmailed. So the cop is an accomplice. Seeing telegrams an accomplice. It's a little kooky that they almost seem like they arrive. Half of them seem to arrive out of just random happenstance instead of a deliberate invitation to the place.
Unless they were instructed
to act that way. Yeah.
And so this is good because I love that he just let it breathe there too.
It's like, fuck me. Nice matte painting there too.
Oh, isn't it beautiful?
Yeah.
Now everyone just kind of comes out of the shadows. Mm-hmm. Scarlett was out the front door, is that? Oh, the front door's over the other side.
The other way. I think it's towards the dining room she came out of.
And this is so great.
Yeah.
Because they're all so defeated. They're all so exhausted.
Yeah.
That they can't even react anymore. Yeah. It's like, oh.
For fuck's
sake.
Yep. Like
let's just turn around. Okay, one more.
For fuck's sake.
What a stark contrast to the beginning.
Yeah.
So, McKean here has a little bit of a reaction.
Yeah.
Which I guess plays into the whole I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Because everyone at this point, at least in the final ending.
Yeah. Yeah, and it just seems like it's great that even in all three endings, they maintain that he never did.
Right.
He was never responsible. With or without the little twist that he has in the final ending.
I like they just leave her there.
Yeah. Oh, let's scare off. Well, yeah, because that's weird, actually. Or unless he has a dialogue that he said, let's bring all the bodies in, because then we have Howard Hessman show up at the front door.
Right, from WKRP in Cincinnati.
Yeah. This time you would have been doing Head of the Class.
I loved Head of the Class. That's not champagne.
That's champagne. Fine champagne. So, this whole sequence is just
Tim
master
Curry.
Class. This is his this is his acting reel right here. His comedy acting reel is this entire sequence.
I like that they're trotting after him.
Especially the ladies in the heels. You just can't keep up. And the guys are just fucking exhausted.
And he's really just going through the whole movie here.
Yeah.
It's so brilliant. And they're not even going to follow him anymore.
Certain point, just like...
Has he ever had a better 3 minutes on film?
No one ever has.
This is literally one of the best.
I want to know what he did to psych himself into
A couple of bumps.
sequence.
He had some top dollar toot, I think.
I love how the music kicks in for him.
So this whole, to make a long story short, too late.
Brilliant.
I use that once a week. Basically, maybe not once a week, but every single time.
Yeah.
100% of the time that I ever use the phrase to make a long story short, I immediately follow it with too late. Even if it's not too late.
Because you've pretty much already started the story at that point, and if you're going to make it short, it would have been over by now.
If any of my friends are listening to this, they can all attest that 100% of the time I say too late.
Oh, this is great. This is the part you're talking about.
This is where he recaps and does the impression of Michael McKean, even with the glasses.
Even with the glass.
He's sweating.
Well, it's because of the shower earlier.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Well, maybe not. But yes. The bullet did not graze his ear because he was not bleeding. That ear was not bloody when they flipped him over on the floor last time. Nor is there any blood on the floor.
No. There you go.
He's screaming. And then the best part, he slaps her again. And at the same time, Michael McKean pushed his glasses up. I don't know if you saw that. While at the exact same time. No?
It's like Pavlov's dog.
God, and speaking of ugly dogs, I still don't know why there's a dog on the goddamn wall over there. Look at this thing on the left. I love that they stopped following.
This is the best. The little run he does.
That's a great point. Why would I reveal? And everybody just kind of considered it for a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe, yeah.
But again, in the one ending, it figures in the Mustard's thing, because in that final ending, he's the one who goes through the secret passage to kill the motorist. Then, in front of Scarlett, he supposedly accidentally finds it.
Right.
Almost like to completely throw the suspicion off himself.
This. Oh, I love that he's wet. Which I always just assumed he was sweaty, but I guess that shower gimmick.
Yeah. Mustard's finally catching up.
And he's so proud of himself. Look at that.
It's just that weird thing with her tongue. Was it jealousy? Why you killed your husband?
Flagrante delicto, which is so good when he first walks into the study at the very beginning.
Yeah.
And he sees Yvette, and they have a look, but it's not the flinch that the other one had.
Ms. White.
He just throws him down.
Yeah, it's nice with Mustard's character that he keeps changing his backstory. And if you went all the way back to when they're doing the big sort of reveal from the envelope and everything, that Mustard says that I came into money when I lost my mommy and daddy, and Wadsworth has this look like none of that was in his file, whatnot, and that turns out to be he's bold-faced lying later on, because he's a war profiteer. All that stuff's bullshit, and he just refuted it because he said the photograph sort of scared his mother to death or whatnot. But this is great.
I mean,
fucking around with him.
McKean's up and down.
Oh yeah, he's like, oh shit. He's not even holding anything. He's still freaked out with him.
He just says no.
No.
I can't get over this thing on the left here with the owl and the birds.
The aviary thing.
I like he just used the restroom.
Yeah. Might as well. Yeah, they still haven't moved any of the bodies, as far as we know.
Right.
We've been watching in real time.
The singing telegram is still out there.
Yeah.
I like, he's now going to put it all together. And I guess bombs were still a really big deal.
Well, it's 9 years after 45 there.
I mean, 9 years is really nothing.
It's not that much.
9 years ago for us was 2010. Give or take.
Roughly, yeah, thereabout.
Give or take. Like, that was yesterday.
I mean, generally the length of time we've known each other.
Yeah.
There we go.
I still don't really understand war profiteering.
I'm sure it's not easy to find people on the black market to sell things to. So,
yeah, I mean,
I guess it's like he would have been like in a foreign country, taking parts from the stockade or whatnot, and finding someone outside the base on a foreign soil to deal with.
I always thought that it was more along the lines of, like, the people that made the tanks, or you know what I mean, like the people that really.
This is probably where they moved the body. Okay.
Well, now that's coming about. Okay.
There we go. Yeah. Okay.
They drop her like the Ultimate Warrior would drop somebody right on her.
Drop Bobby Heenan
right on her face.
His ass. There's a lot of birds around here. Bird sculptures, bird stuff.
Like
our direction was very into
animals. Yeah. It's both brilliant and really off-putting. And maybe that's intentional, to...
Well, I remember, I think it was like Friday the 13th Part 3, they had all the weird sort of decorations with the birds and the heads and everything.
Yeah.
That was quirky.
What are these books? I mean, like, I get sometimes in a law office when you've got all the...
Yeah.
All of that, but...
It's like, is this all Shakespeare or something, or what?
And where would he have gotten the key?
It's like, well, they got all these books in the study, but then they have an entire library the next room over.
Right.
It's like you didn't have enough room there. There we go.
Oh, Les Nessman.
Dr. Johnny Fever.
Oh yeah, Les Nessman was the other guy. He's Howard Hessman. I always got them confused.
Or as he was once known, Heavy Early or Johnny Sunshine.
Johnny Sunshine.
It was anything but sunshine. There we go. And this is where the real change happens for the different endings.
Yes, right there was where...
Yeah.
So when in 1985, right? That's when this was?
Yeah.
85? So when you went to the cinema, you got a random ending. Each theater got a different copy.
Yeah, each screen pretty much got a different version. There were some newspaper listings where they would...
Like ABC?
Yeah, ABC ending or whatnot.
So if you wanted to go see it again, you had to pay your money again. And then go to a different theater.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how they actually marketed it that way, because, I mean, it's not in the trailer that I know of. I don't know if it was in newspaper ads or something else, or TV spots.
We've discussed, the newspapers were still pretty big in the 80s.
Yeah. So, I don't know how they directly marketed that there was a film with alternate endings in theaters. I think there's maybe like one or two films that have attempted that since then.
The multiple endings.
Random ending thing. I don't think they were terribly successful, whatever they were. Vaguely.
I mean, I get it, because you want people to come back and really buy in again.
It's a smart idea.
I mean, anymore people would just be like, well, screw it, I'm going to just go into the other cinema. You know, the old 2-for-1.
Yeah. But even then, I mean, this film didn't make money. It was a $50 million budget. It made less than just under $15 million at the box office.
So, I mean...
This is like ultimate cult hit scenario.
Knowing that you have to make... Typically, give or take, you got to make double your production budget.
Just to break
to
even.
Profit, right. So they were hoping to gross 30.
Yeah.
And they only got the 15 back.
Yeah.
Whoever has the gun... He's so, I love how Mustard is so proud every time that he does anything.
Figures anything out.
Yeah. Those chairs are pretty ridiculous, huh?
It's like fucking Game of Thrones or something.
I don't even know. They've got those big nail heads on the back. It's like, it's not Victorian. It's... I can't even tell you what it is.
No. It's not exactly ergonomic.
Oh, yeah. These are absolutely...
Yeah.
Not meant for sitting.
Yeah. They're showpieces.
There are no bullets left in that gun. We'll get there.
Yeah.
I still can't get over the fact that Lloyd was in 2 films in '85 that were about 1954 and 55. That's unbelievable. I like that everyone just says, oh, neither do I. Like, that's going to make a difference to the blackmailer. Isn't that kind of the point?
Yeah.
Like, when does the blackmail end?
I have no idea.
What is that sculpture on the banister there? Is that like an aardvark? Or some kind of dragon? Another eagle?
I do not know. 1 plus 2.
1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1.
It's been 5 shots, trust me. I know that. There was 1 at body. Then there was 2 that hit the door. Then 1 at the chandelier.
And 1 at the telegram.
And 1 at the telegram.
That's 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1.
You guess.
Look at that tie. It's a short tie.
Yeah.
How weird is that? Was that a thing in the 50s?
I don't know.
I mean, that sucker's 4 inches above his waist.
Esmond does look like he just walked off the set of The Untouchables or something, though.
Yeah, a little bit. And there's another freeze frame.
Yeah.
You don't get that a lot.
No.
God, when I was a kid, this was the coolest goddamn thing that I'd ever seen. Is this the flames on the side of my face round?
Oh, I don't know.
I think so, Madeline Kahn. McKean.
Yeah, no, I think it's the next ending.
On the final one?
Yeah. This is all about Peacock here.
You murdered them all. She's got beautiful eyes.
Yeah.
How have I never noticed this before? This high def is out of control. Can we get another shot? I mean, her dress is actually much prettier than I remember it, too.
Yeah. And
Oh,
that's
I
how
know.
she's doing this tonal change thing, too. She's not wearing the glasses now, either.
She just took them off.
Yeah.
When he accused her,
Yeah.
she took them off.
Uh-huh.
Look at those beautiful blues.
Uh-huh.
See now, Mustard's wearing a high tie too,
Yeah.
and it's a double wide,
Yeah.
and he's got suspenders on.
He's got a double wide himself, so. Look at him. It's like, what the fuck just happened?
He just went to the bathroom to throw up, didn't he? I mean, that's a pretty good thing there, right? You get rid of stack the bodies, and then you leave, and nobody's the wiser until his friend comes back home, right?
With all the cobwebs down there, no one's been down that cellar in years.
No. Well, she knocked them all down when she was flailing about.
Madeline Kahn's got the best voice. She gets the high notes.
Yeah.
She's doing like the
yeah,
harmony.
the little in between. It's so good.
Yeah.
Was Hessman wearing a suspender under that coat? Because he was also tucked in with no belt.
Probably.
I feel like suspenders were...
That feels like a 50s thing, yeah.
Yeah. What? You speak for all of us, Kahn. One thing. It really, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, this is a very adult subject matter.
Yeah.
It's all government, it's blackmail, it's secrets.
Yeah.
It's
espionage
right.
in a way.
Communism.
Yeah.
Communism, red herring. It's socialism. It's Jesus.
Yeah. Jesus.
God, I love the cars.
Nice flip there with the gun.
I think he is wearing a suspender.
Yeah.
Oh, Michael McKean. He might... Okay, so Tim Curry is the star of this movie. Michael McKean is gotta be
He's stealing the background and everything, man. He's working the background of the scene all the time.
Now, when I was a kid, I didn't realize that they had individual endings. Like, I thought that everyone was...
I figured that was the way it was projected in the theater.
Right, and that made sense to me, because it was like... Almost, you know, it... See, what the brilliance of it is in the game of Clue.
Yeah.
You, at some point, make an accusation.
Uh-huh.
And you say, I think I know what happened. And you go, I know what cards are in that little envelope, and it was this person in this room and whatever. And if you're wrong, you fucking lose.
Professor Blum did in the study with the candlestick.
Right. And so that's what I think makes this brilliant, is that the first two endings here are like accusations that aren't correct. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, to me, they were always supposed to be there.
Yeah. It works.
I can't imagine going to see it and only getting one. That doesn't work for me, because then the first accusation wins.
Yeah.
In this scenario, the first two accusations are wrong,
Yeah.
and then the third person gets it right.
Yeah.
He's so animated.
Yes. And a lot of this was what makes this ending feel very definitive in a way, because it's a lot more fleshed out. That he's going through murder by murder to try and map things out here and there. The other one is a little bit more kind of blanket, one person's responsible for everything. This one's a little bit more pinpointing specific motives for everything.
Whenever I get angry and I talk about being angry, I sometimes talk about the flames on the side of my face.
Just cut
and I love that they just cut her off.
Like, fuck it.
True. He said I didn't do it like 10 times.
Yes. Please don't leave.
Again, there's that. He thinks he's smarter, but he's
Yeah.
actually not, and he says something stupid. Who did I kill?
That's great.
My butler. And it really does. It's better that he is the culprit.
Yeah. It makes a lot more sense that the guy who's been blackmailing everyone brings them all together so he can kind of almost further blackmail them with something far more egregious. Murder.
Well, I feel like, yes, although perhaps the idea was that they would all murder themselves.
Possibly.
And then...
But he's going to say, well, you took care of all the loose ends in my thing. Now there's no,
right.
now there's no evidence for no, there's nothing to hold against me. There's no one to corroborate anything of my involvement.
Great pants. And that nice. Pinstripe pant. Yeah. And R.I.P. Tim Curry. Didn't we make a comment about Tim Curry dying in a previous commentary? I think we did.
I don't know.
So, in the end, he really is the hero.
Yes. He never did do it. Who done?
Who done? It's a great line.
Here's the line, and here's the great line. Cap it off.
Now,
that's great. Just to spell the homosexual
right.
connotation.
Which, actually, interestingly, there's a lot of famous talk about J. Edgar Hoover being a homosexual.
Yes.
Which
Hespin is portraying here.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's like, maybe they
borrowed that off or something.
Right. It's so good.
This is such a clever curtain call thing here.
Well, right, because these
Yeah.
cards came right from the board game.
Yeah.
Bill Henderson, Jane Wiedlin. I wonder if she was anybody.
I'm thinking she might have been like an episode of Star Trek Next Generation.
Will Nye. Not to be confused with Bill Nye,
No.
the science guy. They claim that it's a world famous board game.
Seeing Telegram Girl, she was Joan of Arc in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Oh.
And she was in Star Trek 4.
All stuff that I don't care about.
Stuff, yeah. Stuff you don't care about. Double check something.
I saw...
She was a member of the Go-Go's.
No!
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Go-Go?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Well, no wonder she was a singing telegram. That's amazing. God damn it, I love finding out good stuff. I learned something today. Outstanding. I don't even know what I was saying before. What was I looking up?
I don't know.
I'm so taken aback by her being one of the Go-Go's. I mean, she wasn't the good Go-Go, but, you know,
No.
she was a Go-Go. I don't know what the hell I was talking about. I really don't. I'm completely thrown for a loop right now. So, yeah, we didn't do a whole lot of insight on this one, and it was more of us just kind of reacting and laughing along like we always do.
Yeah.
But this is what it's like to watch a movie with us.
Yeah.
So, a lot of good times.
And they're trying to do remakes of this now.
I did hear that they were working on a remake, and I thought that they wanted to make it rated R to try to make it more, you know, not horror, but, you know, adult and murderous. Because, I mean, it's a movie about murder.
Yeah,
so,
it is.
So why not?
But apparently, like, the Wikipedia page that, well, like, make it like a worldwide mystery type of thing, which sounds more like it's a mad world or something. I don't know.
Come on.
Really? That doesn't sound like...
A worldwide? No, it takes...
It'll be a worldwide mystery with action-adventure elements. Potentially set up a possible franchise that will play well internationally. So that sounds like studio talk.
That is absolutely studio talk. I don't think anything will ever beat this. Yeah. It is a quintessential 80s classic. It is one of the best movies, in my opinion. Yeah. I can't say enough good things about Clue, Tim Curry. I hope that he sticks around with us for a while. I'm really looking forward to this It documentary. I get to hear him talk about that. I think that's in his Mount Rushmore. Chances are the Rocky Horror stuff and the It role, the Pennywise role, are probably what he's most known for. Yeah. In one order or the other. Yeah. But this is like, this is a hidden gem.
Almost in like more or less 2 to 3 generations. He had either you know him from like mid 70s from Rocky Horror, you know him from this from the 80s, or It from like right at the beginning of the 90s. There, it's like depends on exactly when you were born, where you probably know him the best from.
Yeah, I think I associate him with Pennywise the most, and in reality, I think that he is that whole miniseries. That his Pennywise. Not to say that Skarsgård isn't wonderful, and that's a different topic for a different day, but the miniseries wouldn't be It without him.
It had an actor of the 10th of the quality. The whole thing would just deflate right on its ass.
But this, man, what a hidden gem. And Curry, national treasure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
absolutely.
Thanks for playing along.
Playing along. Break out your board games, people, or your video games, whatever it is, for Clue or whatnot. And
they did make a video game, didn't they?
I'm sure there's a computer game.
I thought there
PC
was,
game, VHS game. I'm sure they got all of it.
Yeah, I like it.
Like I said, a billion versions of this thing been created and published and re-released and everything. But thanks so much, guys.
Yeah, thanks for indulging us.
So
we'll get back to some more horror on the next round.
Indeed. So thanks much, and see you later.
Bye-bye.